Okay, so we are gonna do some foam roll work, okay? A little stretch and a little bit of ab work on here, okay? So whenever you're laying on the foam roll, first thing to just take into consideration is where your body is just resting. So make sure those ribs are down a little bit. A lot of people, if you have tightness in your thoracic spine, when you first lay down, you're gonna be like this with a huge arch here, bra strap up off the roll, and ribs popped forward and kind of just flared open. So let's just kind of get in alignment. Your back doesn't have to be tucked, but small arch in your low back. Ribs down, bra strap down, little bit of a pull on that pubic bone, okay? So just that 20% or so of engagement. Okay, then keeping that posturing, there are a number of things you can do. You can just find what feels good to you. And make sure your chin is tucked a little bit too, by the way. Make sure you're not looking up to the sky. So, okay, so chin's tucked, you're in good alignment. My favorite is making snow angels. So just coming in contact with the floor, up, rolling through that shoulder socket, just up as much as you can. Maybe it's all the way, maybe it's not. Making sure at the top your ribs do not pop. Okay. Maybe it's a small range you have, maybe you have a full range, but you're making those shoulders are relaxed. They're not coming up like this, they're just relaxed. And you're just moving through your shoulder range of motion. You're gonna feel pulling through your shoulder blades, pulling through your pecs in the front. So this is my personal favorite. You can move, or you can just kind of pause where you feel really good. Like I feel a big stretch there, and it feels great to just lay here and just breathe, making sure my ribs don't pop. I have a little bit of engagement in my core. Maybe doing cactus arms, trying to let those elbows relax down to the floor. Maybe it's coming out here and rolling side to side a little bit. I always have my eyes closed on the foam roll. It's just kind of natural for me. Okay, maybe it's pausing up here and just letting those ribs drop, neck be long, shoulders drop. Okay, good. The other thing that's really nice in terms of stretching is to bring one arm up over your head right by your ear, keeping the other arm down on the ground, and then turning your head and looking away from that arm all the way up by your ear. And just relaxing, letting the rib drop. Because again, if your ribs are arched up, you're not stretching your shoulder at all, because then your ribs are just moving and your shoulder's staying exactly where it is. So if you want to get that full range of motion in your shoulder, you need to teach your body ribs down and isolation in that ball and socket joint. Oh wow, I'm really tight on this side. Okay, so right up by the ear, shoulder down. So pull your shoulder down away from your ear. Make sure you're not scrunching. Ribs are down. And I'm breathing. This other arm is kind of reaching down toward the ground, so we've got this opposition happening. Maybe it feels good to roll a little bit, so gravity helps you keep that arm by your ear. Okay, so you can just hold those as long as you want to and kind of move however feels good to you. Okay, so now up on the foam roll, we're not going to use these weights yet, but hands on the ground to start. Now we're going to do some ab work. So bra strap is down. You can really feel it because you have something poking into your spine. Bra strap is down. Everything is zipped up, pulled up, wrapped through the ribs, wrapped through the pelvis, up, so you're nice and solid. And then let's do those tiny steps. So on an exhale, no movement side to side on that foam roll. And move like you're moving through peanut butter. Build up your own resistance. Exhaling as you lift, of course. keeping those ribs down. So when you move like that and you move with intention, then your deep core does the work versus just my hip flexors. If I was just kind of doing this, like I would do maybe if I wasn't thinking about all this stuff, then it's just a hip flexor exercise and it's not very effective because it's not much range of motion. So, but if you're thinking, I'm engaged, I'm wrapped, pulling everything together, and then exhaling on that lift and moving through peanut butter, you've got it. Then it's that deep core. And by the way, try that because I just took my hands off the floor, didn't I? So you can, in the beginning, use your hands. They help you cheat a little bit, which is fine. It's good. But then, when you're ready, bring your hands up, wherever you want to put them. I don't care. I like to put them in my mid-belly, making sure nothing separates. And then really pull up that leg with your deep core. It's hard work. Oh, and the other thing is make sure your feet are light on the floor. That when you lift one leg, you're not really pushing down and like turning on your glutes through the other one. You're just coming up. Sneaky style. Good. Bringing it all together. Good. It should feel really hard, even when you're strong. So, if it doesn't feel hard, try to think back through all those checkpoints that we just talked about. Okay. And notice if you're getting a lot of movement of that roll side to side. You want that roller, which is round, it needs to stay perfectly still if you have a really good control for your deep core. Okay, so just for time purposes, you can do as many as you want of those that feel good. And then grab your little weights and we're gonna set ribs down, chin tucked a little bit, pubic bone pulled up a little bit, and we're gonna come straight up, okay? And now here, so maybe the first time you do it, start with your feet wide, okay? Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna drop one weight out to the side, and then exhale on the way up, keeping that bra strap down. Control. Okay. Think about all your checkpoints. Make sure those shoulders are not up by your ears. Use good shoulder mechanics. Okay, so now try, bring your feet together, or at least closer together. And whoa, wait a minute. Maybe I don't have the control to bring mine all the way together, so closer together. And maybe I don't have the control to go all the way down. Maybe I only go halfway on this. Good. So again, when you're at home, just do as many as feels right in your body. That you got a good workout. You felt that activation. You felt in control. You feel a little fatigued. Maybe it's 10 on each side. Maybe it's 5 on each side. Maybe it's a couple sets or heavier weights. Maybe it's no weights. Whatever works for you. The other thing that you can do here, ground down through your feet. Not too wide apart, but you want to have that contact with your feet. And again, brace everything as you know to do. You can come up with those triceps and deltoids. Exhale on the way back down. Now make sure you're using good shoulder mechanics here. The ball is rotating right in the socket. Okay, your shoulders are not up by your ears. And your ribs are not popped up. If you're doing this, then we're not really working much of anything, okay? So we're trying to get that isolation, and your core is holding you down. So you're knitted from your lower ribs to your hip bones, through your pubic bone. You are wrapped. And these, I don't believe many people would be able to touch them to the ground, so don't even try. You're just going in a range of motion that feels good in your shoulder, and you're able to control. Maybe reset your neck a little bit, because many times our chin starts to float up to the ceiling and we get this big arch in the back of our neck when we're tired. So reset it so it's long in the back and the chin is tucked down. All right. So there are a couple of exercises on the roller you can try.